Hi and welcome for MSPO 2024, the International Defense Industry Exhibitions, which takes place in Kielce, Poland. Army Recognition is the official online show daily news and web TV for this event. Follow us to discover the latest news and the latest videos about MSPO.
So Roshel is a Canadian company specializing in armored vehicle manufacturing. And this year at MSPO we're presenting two vehicles, the Senator pickup and the Senator MRAP. Both of the vehicles have the certifications for sonic blast and ballistic mitigations. And we have over 1,400 vehicles that we deployed to Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The company is fully vertically integrated and we produce everything in-house, starting from metal fabrication, cutting, engineering, mechanical work. Everything is done in the company, within the company, without using any subcontractors, which makes us extremely agile and able to address immediate needs of many end users, including Ukraine. These vehicles, they have different applications, and one of the applications basically to control the border and to support the crews. And this year we presented vehicles that both of them are integrated with the weapon system. One of them is the 14.5 millimeter stabilized system. The other one is the 23 millimeter. Both of them can be controlled within the vehicle or from the command control center. Vehicles have been tested in terms of the center gravity, in terms of diagrams and implementation of the cabling in a way that vehicles can be equipped with the modules, with or without. And this basically gives the ability and flexibility of using this vehicle for different terrains and for different applications. As you probably and your readers and viewers know, the whole doctrine has been changed recently, where the FPV drones and other UAVs basically changed completely the approach to the warfare. And if previously you could spend millions of dollars into a platform and then a $300 drone can take it down, it makes less sense to have very expensive vehicles that takes a long time to build and produce and deliver. In our case, what made the change is the ability to build many vehicles in a short time. Vehicles have and offer the same protection level as more expensive vehicles, but at the same time, we have the ability to produce them much faster. So as of today, we produce 9 vehicles a day, 7 days a week. As I've mentioned, we already deployed 1,400 vehicles to Ukraine. And with our ability to ramp up the production, we'll also offer localization of our vehicles in certain areas where we basically simplify the whole process in a way that most of the capsules and modules are bolted on. And it makes it really simple, not just to build a vehicle, but to maintain them. It's not just the cost of the procurement of the vehicle, but mostly and mainly the ability to support the vehicles and spending less resources and funds into getting the parts without being dependent on the manufacturers, but to be able to get the COTS, the shelf items, including the engine, transmission, transfer case, axles, locally across the world. As I've mentioned, the vehicle is based on a commercial chassis that we have militarized. We've created a very advanced and sufficient axle system that now can double its weight capacity, and since we developed it, we never had any issues with the axles. We created a capsule that is bolted onto the vehicle, and basically the frame is not holding the whole weight of the vehicle, but the capsule is the new structure that the whole vehicle is based on. In addition to that, we have a one-piece wall, no stitches, everything is bolted on, and in a way that even if the vehicle is severely damaged, you can take some of the components and bolt it on to the next one. So you can cannibalize in a very simple way, and you don't need any skilled or extremely skilled personnel to support these vehicles. In addition to that, we have the ability to integrate different weapon systems, CBRN, central tire inflation system, many other components, including camera systems and other thermal and other electro-optic devices within the vehicle. The pickup one that we are presenting on the left can take also an anti-drone system, and we're offering this system now. We partner up with one of the largest OEMs when it comes to electric optic system, and we will offer it to the G7 members in the near future. We are not just selling the vehicles, but we're also giving back to the community in Canada, where we hired over 200 refugees from Ukraine. And these people, some of them will want to go back to Ukraine. This will allow us in the near future to start localizing our products in Ukraine. We already finalized everything. We have the place, which I cannot publish because of the obvious reasons, but it's not just a semi-knockdown, it's a full cycle of manufacturing where our vehicles will be able to be produced and to have this Made in Ukraine label by having the technology and policies and practices that we developed in Canada, and the quality and everything else will be identical to what we're doing in Canada. This ability to localize the product is not only for Ukraine. We're able to replicate the production to other countries as well, assuming that this country will be friendly and within the scope and the G7 values that we all share.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
My name is Mauno Ranta. I'm the CEO and the chair of the NDR. It is a Finnish company, and our main products are unmanned ground vehicles. We have two different machines or designs at the moment. Our smallest design is so-called XS50, which one is light unmanned ground vehicle that can be controlled with the remote controls up to 80 kilometers. And our main product, I would say, is so-called dual unmanned ground vehicle called Havoc S-300 dual Arctic. It's particularly designed for Arctic environments where conditions can be extreme and the temperature is very low. The track system is modified to be operated in areas where could be meters of snow or any sort of soft terrains where any sort of vehicle that has wheels could not operate. What makes our machine very special compared to any other competitor comes to the two facts. First of all, it's extremely light and it's extremely fast. And because of its dual design, you don't necessarily carry all that unnecessary weight with you, but you can leave, for instance, so-called trailer or rear cabin behind and operate only the front vehicle. Current setup, you basically have diesel generator that it creates the power itself for the machine, and you could continue operating a machine basically 24/7, so you don't really need to recharge. Or if you disconnect the front vehicle, you can operate it as a single unit up to 3 hours on let's say, for the defensive purposes or whatsoever. I would call it's a medium-size UGV, but it can carry altogether 1.6 tons of weight. We try to keep the weight as minimum, but still giving the window of operating a machine 2-3 hours. And all that extra weight that you should or you don't need to carry with you was put it in a back trailer, for instance, the production of the electricity through diesel generator. Both of them has its own battery systems and as well their own engines. The track design is developed for one particular reason, to maximum the speed. Because in the normal regular tracks, they are heavy, and if you run them 100 kilometers per hour, which one is actually limited speed for this machine at the moment, the normal regular track system, they will break. But because our track system is very light, the belt itself is actually from the snowmobiles. And then with a different type of design of the snowmobile belt or track belt, you can actually choose what sort of operational environment you're operating. Like this particular belt is designed for the deep snow and swamps. As we took the track system from the snowmobiles, we further developed and study the design itself, and then we reinforce it and we change it in such a way that now it can carry all that load that you need to. For instance, 800 kilos that one single unit can do. In case you don't want to use the diesel generator, we have a company called Rebel Volt. It's also a Finnish company. They can provide us a full electric version and if that particular design is taken into account, you will have 0.5 megawatts of power, which you constantly giving you window of operations about 3 days without charging. It's multi-purpose platform, so you can use it for civilian and commercial as well as military purposes. For instance, firefighting, we could carry 1.6 tons of water, which turns out to be 16,000 liters of foam, for instance, and fight the fires. Or you could use it for the transportation means where it actually basically logistic runs with the machine. Or defensive purposes as well, obviously.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm Jukka Kempainen and I'm chairman of the board of the company, one of the establishers and an entrepreneur here with my partners. And Protolab as a company is a Finnish engineering, design and development company and mainly concentrated on those military vehicles, highly protected, different kind of components for that kind of vehicles and that's mainly what we are doing. It was an idea about the perfect 6x6 vehicle with very high protection level made from COTS components and with reasonably priced. Project overall started 2008 already. It's quite much like a typical time what it takes to develop that kind of vehicle, that 10 years, and 2018 we were ready to deliver first 4 vehicles to our defense forces and so far we have concentrated on different kind of markets here, but not any bigger success yet. It's mainly because of its protection, which is always integrated as a part of the vehicle body, and the protection level against mines is 4A, 4B, which is the highest NATO level, and there is other features which are quite unique. It fulfills all EU regulations for the civil roads, to have a civil plates on it so you can drive it with your truck license like we did when we came from Finland. We drove it here. It's more like a combination of different kind of features all in the same package. That kind of protection systems, drivable on the roads, very capable off-road vehicle. It can be transported in C-130 and another that kind of planes. Finally we got all those different kind of features quite nicely into the same package with quite low price level. Mainly it's 2+10 personal carrier, but you can have recurrent version of it, one version for evacuation, and which is special here in this vehicle is that it can carry about 8,000 to 10,000 kilos of load. At the moment, because it's officially a truck, it's limited to 89 of course in Europe, but it goes about 115. It's quite capable vehicle on the road. There is all kind of civil features as well. We kept it simple and we have 2 doors over there and it's that way because of swimming capability. It was easier to keep it sealed and that kind of thing.
Poland.